There is a big controversy floating around Pragmata recently. I recently played the game, I just finished it last night, going on a whole 6.5 hour stream, just absolutely powering through to the end. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very good game. It was very fun, the characters were nice, it was a good story. I joked around with it sometimes, like just poking fun at it, just making little jokes here and there. And the combat was not the greatest. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was something different. But I kind of just, felt a little lackluster when I had to hack every single thing in order to do damage. That was like my one complaint from the game. Everything else, though, was pretty solid. So I really did enjoy it. It was a very solid game from Capcom. Another great game for the ages. But for some reason, there are people who are just taking this to the extreme right now. And that's because of the character Diana. Now, if you don't know, Diana is the little girl character. She's the little android in the whole game. You like running around with her. She's the one who does all the hacking. She's basically like your support. And to some people, this game is kind of like a dad simulator. So you're the guy Hugh, and he's walking around, and he basically kind of takes in Diana, like for the short time that they're with each other, and they go in, save the moon, everything, just like that. And then he ends up showing her stuff about Earth, like the beach, the homes, playgrounds, camping, everything involved. And he kind of gives her little lessons about that because she is like a younger looking android, so she kind of doesn't really know that much. That was kind of by design from the people who made the game, which I think is kind of fine. I thought it was, nice and wholesome. That's what I really liked about the game. It was very kind. They were just like having fun with each other, doing all this little banter here and there. And he was saying like, maybe when we get back to Earth, like I'll get you some things. We'll treat you to some different kind of stuff. We'll go have fun, everything. Kind of like what you'd see for like a parent. But some people are taking this out of context. Some people are just absolutely dead in the brain that they are immediately going to all the craziest, wackiest, and most horrific kind of things you can think of. And you see that most of the time on Reddit and Twitter, where everyone is just going straight to the Epstein stuff. They're going on saying how this is a game that's just fetishizing this kind of thing. It's horrific, it's deplorable. Anyone who plays this game is just a downright pedophile, which I'm assuming these people did not play the game. They just kind of see the image and their mind, how twisted they are. They just go straight to, that's wrong, we shouldn't have that, it's bad, it's, making things worse. It's stuff like that that makes me wonder why these people are even allowed to be on this platform, because clearly I don't even think they played it. And I know some people are getting attached to the character. I was a little bit attached, but for the most part I was just kind of going through saying like, it's just like, go get that person child, go kill him. And I was cracking the occasional jokes on two or whenever I was streaming it. It was just simple like that. I didn't like have any deep attachment or anything because I knew it was fake. It's fictional. It does not exist. And everyone's just going off on like, if this is the most realist thing ever, we have to like stop this thing from getting good reviews and everything. And that's what they did. They went in, started review bombing it, taking off all the positive reviews and just trying to get everything away. That way they can justify their reason for seeing this and making their point right. And there's one tweet that is kind of going viral right now where someone was kind of going into more detail with it. It says there's a game called Pragmata. It seems to be popular among otaku for offering a simulated child rearing experience. But in reality, this is a game for pedophiles disguised as a third-person shooter. When I point this out, I'm told that the person coming up with such an idea is the weird one. But if you search the net, it's overflowing with sexual images targeting her world. This is Japan. Now, the biggest question that comes to mind is, why were you searching for those images in the first place? Why were you going out there trying to find these images in order to prove your point? If anything, it makes you look like the weird one because you're looking for that kind of stuff. And the only true thing I really saw from this was that it was a simulated child rearing experience. To an extent, the whole mission was going in to save the moon, to stop everything from happening. But, the whole premise was like Hugh kind of being this fatherly figure, trying to teach her about the world, like what you'd see a father would do. And just going off with that, seeing how these characters grow to one another. And there was one thing that kind of caught my eye, which I could kind of see. It was that people were saying that this game was a way to increase birth rates because they wanted to see the bond between a father and a child, kind of bring that in and, increase the birth rates in Japan. And I could see that happening. There is a problem with the birth rates in Japan. That's kind of why people are going towards this. So I could see that as a viable reason to make this kind of game. Do I think it's the reason for this game being made? No, I think Capcom just wanted to make a fun game that's kind of different from the whole Resident Evil franchise. And they kind of did that with the last Resident Evil game. And they kind of did that with Grace Ashcroft and Emily. She was kind of like trying to, comfort her in this time of need, trying to get all that kind of stuff. They're kind of moving into that kind of direction here, which is fine as long as it doesn't take away from the whole key gameplay of anything. I don't really think it matters. But there are games that kind of follow this formula in a way, like The Last of Us is probably a good example. You had Joel, he lost his daughter at the beginning of the outbreak, and then he takes an Ellie, they're going across the entire country, he learns about her, they start getting a kind of bond together, it's like a family style game, and nobody's seeing a problem with that. That game was, critically acclaimed. It got remastered like 10,000 times, but people really liked it. And like one more recent one that came out was Death Stranding. I didn't play that game. I didn't want to, run errands or anything for a whole 20 hours. But, it's the same thing. It's like a paternity style game. So I don't see what the problem is. Maybe it's just the more recent times where everyone is just getting more and more depraved minded on Reddit and Twitter, even though it's been happening forever. But there's nothing like blatantly sexual about this game. There was one scene where people were talking about how she's like puts her feet in the sand and it kind of just like puts her toes in it. Like, okay. Everyone does that when they go to the beach. Everyone puts their like toes in the sand. It's supposed to be like a new feeling for her. She doesn't know what she's talking about because she's never been to Earth or seen sand before. There's nothing, blatantly sexual about that. Your mind just going straight to that is like what's wrong here. And you can see it from when I played the game. I played on stream, but it's on there and you can even point me out on it. I was playing it and then we get to the beach scene and she's talking about all the sand and everything. I made a joke about Star Wars, how it was like coarse, rough, it gets everywhere, like a lot of people probably would. And then there was also a part where she was asking if this is what beaches really look like, and then I just said no, these beaches are, way cleaner than most ones, probably gonna be like way more dirty in the future. So I was just poking fun at it. I didn't have anything going on in the brain. I just thought it was, a nice wholesome story, and with the occasional joke or two. There is absolutely nothing sexual about this game. I think the only reason they're going to this is just because it came out from Japan. And Japan is known for making a bunch of moe style characters. There's a lot of like the cutesy, like adorable type characters that you would see in a ton of different games. So like, why is your mind going to just the straight up fetishization of things? It's like horrible. It makes you look even worse if you're pointing that stuff out so everyone can kind of see what your opinion on the game is, even though you probably have never played it. And at the end of the day, the game is fictional. It's not real. Nothing's gonna come out and grab you. Nothing's gonna tell you to fantasize about this character. It's just all for fun and entertainment. It's just a third-person shooter with a family-style story mixed in. Like, nothing major there. It's been done a million times before. It's not going to change. There's nothing wrong with it. Just, go on about your day. Stop talking about it. Because, like, why? There's no purpose to it. You're just making yourself look bad if you keep doing this. And I was a little bit defensive about this game too when it first came out. I'm not the best when it comes to AAA games, but when I saw it was Capcom, I thought, it could be kind of cool. Maybe the combat and everything will kind of ease my decision making. That way I'm not on the fence about it anymore. And I just didn't see anything wrong with it. I enjoyed it. I got all the collectibles. I was having fun. That's the important part of the game. It was just to have fun. The fact that you have to just go off on this whole siege of, calling people out from Japan saying that they're making these kind of characters is, just stupid. Just enjoy the game for what it is. Just have fun, play the game. Don't let your mind go to any of that kind of, deplorable shit. Just play the game. It's not that hard. And just stay off of Reddit and Twitter. I think you can just keep off of that platform for the end of time and nothing will ever change in your life. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I finished the game last night, like I said. I was thinking about maybe doing fan art of Diana later tonight whenever I do my stream, if I, get the chance to come home early tonight. But we'll see what happens. So anyway, let me know what y'all think. Other than that, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll talk to you later. See ya.